Hi everyone, I hope you're well. This is CoinsKid. Just going to into Bitcoin, big of the CoinsKid crew. So this particular chart, like I said to you, 5 waves, always counter 5 waves. And what we've got in this particular chart, this is the S&P 500, okay? So what we did way back there in July, we rallied into this neckline of a potential inverted and shoulders. And what we've done, we've come down in these 5 waves. Do you see this? It's 5 waves. So like I've always said to you, at the end of 5 waves, there's always an opportunity. So right now, you know, if you are looking to trade the stock market, you can use PrimeXBT. This has been a beautiful trade so far, okay? And I did post this on the Twitter right there for the CoinsKid crew. At the moment, we've got a bullish divergence right at the bottom after 5 waves. So this has been a beautiful little counter trade, okay? So if you are looking to trade the stocks and indexes and things like that, you can use PrimeXBT. The link's on CoinsKid.com and in each and every single video description right there. But, you know, so far so good. We've got this lovely little reaction of bullish divergence as well, where we've got a low and a higher low, and then the candlesticks, the price action, always use your candle bodies. We've got a low and a higher low. So you can clearly see on this last bullish divergence, we created this neckline running into this resistance. Do you see that? So you can clearly see at the moment, you look at that leg of resistance, I think that needs to be back tested. I'll drop a level of resistance in there, because if this does start to come up, obviously you do have legs of resistance above where, you know, you could take some profit if you are in a long right here. So basically on the S&P 500, we have had a beautiful positive reaction off this bullish divergence, and right now I think we are in a technical target on the S&P 500. Now this green line here, like I've said to you for many months, okay, leading to this year, this is your bull market support for this particular chart. So I understand why a lot of people have got really bearish, but if you take a look on Friday, we came literally 0.16% off that invalidation right there, and we bounced like a boss after 5 waves. So this is right now, this could be a fantastic 5-wave counter move, basically, where, you know, we do start to come back up and attack that level of resistance once more. If we do see that, then this is going to be a whopping trade from this bottom when everyone's really bearish with the bullish divergence after 5 waves down. This could have been a whopping trade, okay? So look at that, all the way up, around about 11.96%. So I do think, obviously, it's not going to take off into space, but, you know, we're looking at levels of resistance above. Right now, I do think that this particular chart is actually a technical target to that red line, okay? Because that's the wedge where you formed it. Now, when you break out of falling wedges, you do usually retrace to where you formed the resistance levels in the wedge. So basically, look at that. That's where you run into it, and then that's your technical target, basically. So this looks as though it's retracing all the way back up. The invalidation of such is obviously losing the low from which you come. So right now, this is where your stop loss is on this low, okay? So this is looking good to get to a technical target. The big question is, you know, are you going to come up and back and then lose this, or are you going to create some beautiful double bottom pattern down here and start to break back up? It's absolutely possible. So I'm looking for the confirmation of the bear on this particular chart, and just because you've had these 5 waves which are obviously overlapping, this could be corrective, okay? It could be an ABCDE wave correction, okay? So I can't jump onto the bear wagon just yet on this particular chart until you start to create the bear market structure of a potential ABC coming back up, and then boom, another drop sweeping that low and invalidating the wave 1 high right there for this particular chart, okay? So obviously we need to see this remaining bullish, because typically it does run, you know, with Bitcoin and risk and things like that. If risk is off the table and it's not looking appetizing, then in theory Bitcoin and crypto should not be either, okay? So is there a decoupling? Is something going on that we don't know about? You know, is Bitcoin a hedge? I don't know, but at the minute we have to respect what's going on between risk and Bitcoin, and so far, you know, it has historically been correlated. So if there's some kind of inverse correlation that occurs, some kind of decoupling, so be it, you know, but it is what it is. At the minute, I have to respect that this chart is a looking glass, basically. So I'm looking at the potential scenario, you know, that this has been a correction. We've got some kind of 5-wave ABCDE correction. Everyone's getting super bearish, but we've not lost any structure just yet, although we're breaking down, obviously. But I've shown you before where we have done this in a golden cross, which we printed way back in May, where we've done this. We've come up, we've bolted up, and we had a 5-wave correction, and then it continued. It was not a bear market, okay? So until I start to see the structure of a bear market, in a sense we've got 5 waves down, you know, some kind of leading diagonal, ABC coming back up, then another drop, then yeah, you know, you have to jump on the bear wagon right there, because you're creating a structure of such. But, you know, I wish everyone the most luck, but that we do pay attention to this chart, obviously, to give us any looking glass and clues to, you know, the health of Bitcoin and the anticipation of it going up and down, so on and so forth. But so far so good, okay? So I can't jump onto the bear wagon just yet. I mean, look at this for an opportunity. 5 waves down, 0.16% away from the low, and right now, you know, counter the herd, counter the mentality. If you're trading the stocks right here, this has been a beautiful little move right there. So let's jump into the Bitcoin chart right now and see what we can see. So this is a really important chart we need to pay attention to. I'm going to drop this into the video every day because I think this is a clue. This chart is a major clue for the cryptocurrency market cap and the health of the market. So far, I'm going to give this particular chart the benefit of the doubt. We have had the 5 waves down here. With 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We've got the bullish divergence on this neckline. Okay, the 3rd point support. And right now we've come up and we've actually broken out its level of resistance. So we want to see the follow through here. And at the moment we are getting that, obviously. But what we're not doing is taking out the April high. So this could be, a leading indicator right here that altcoins are the play, not necessarily Bitcoin. Because like I said to you, if Bitcoin breaks out and goes sideways, expect the altcoins to play catch up. So this particular chart could be telling us that some of these altcoins, the mid caps, Litecoin, which I've got analysis on that in the Discord right there. I'm looking for a major move on that particular coin. It could be indicative that this is telling us that. Do you understand? In the catch up theory. So what we've got right now is a breakout, fall back to the ascending level of support. Okay, this is a really important level of support. I'm going to show you this. And right now you've got a lovely little W bottom pattern here. You're breaking this to 55, potentially come back to 20, and then break to this particular resistance just here, because equally just here, what you do have is another little ascending triangle, a W double bottom pattern like that with a technical target set level resistance. So this might be a macro W double bottom pattern that you're forming off this low with bullish divergence, resistance, support, something like that before the major breakout for this particular chart. Okay, so keep an eye on this chart because you can clearly see on the way down we've got that massive leg of resistance just there. We've not back tested as resistance that loss of support, that God candle back test like I've taught you. So if we do start to break out here, I'm looking for that minimal target around about, what is that? That's $580 billion in market capitalization. You can clearly see if we do start to do something like that, then this is where the altcoins are the greater opportunity basically. So again, there's no bias. If this chart does break down, again, I think it's a looking glass, a clue that the crypto market cap is not necessarily that healthy, and we could look at a big dump basically. So I'll keep you updated as best I can, but that's a key level right now, that December low, 284 billion for altcoins right there with relative resistance, coming back for support, potentially running to resistance, coil up again, and then break again. We're getting a 3rd point resistance. That's where we break eventually, possibly towards the end of the year, and we look at that big run right there for this particular chart. Again, the invalidation of such from this point will be breaking down below this ascending level support, which we keep holding. So just there we've got a micro ascending triangle, and then we've got a sort of another micro. We're coming up like that, potentially falling back to 20, breakout. You can clearly say you're coming up the stairs basically. So what we're looking for is a break of 399. I think once we start to see that on this particular chart, wow, we could be in for a vertical basically on this particular chart, playing catch up to Bitcoin. So we've been looking at this chart for a very long time. The total free is excluding Bitcoin and Ethereum. I'll try and drop it into the videos a bit more frequently with you, but way back last year, look at that level of support, the bullish divergence, and right now we've come back to this neckline of support once more. Look at that. So again, a really big clue. If we do start to come up like this and we roll and we start to sweep that level of support, and the RSI's lost this level of support as well, that could be a clue to a major dump basically for the crypto market cap. So we'll keep you updated on this as best as we can. And again, this is just a prime example of, if you start to see 5 waves in any direction, for example, this was down with the accompanied bullish divergence, after 5 waves down, that's an opportunity. Equally, if you're coming up in 5 waves and you've got a bearish divergence, that's an opportunity right there. So let's dive into the Bitcoin chart and see what we can see, okay? So looking at DXY, like I said to you, I'll remain cautiously bullish on Bitcoin and obviously bearish on the DXY at the moment, cautiously anyway with what we're seeing. But, it's just simple technical analysis, and this is why we've been able to ride the wave so well. So I will get into the Bitcoin chart in a moment with you, but, we're countering the herd mentality, we're countering the sentiment, we're just relying on data. Again, data not emotion, and so far so good. This is why I'm making so much money in this space, going against the herd basically, finding the 5 waves, like I've always said to you, countering the 5 waves, which is always an opportunity. We do it on the micro, we do it on the macro basically. So, there is a little micro 5 waves as well, we put in yesterday. So I'm going to show you that. I did post this in the Discord. I think I spoke about it in yesterday's video as well. We ran into that key leg of resistance. So we might have actually put in a little micro impulse. I'm going to go through that with you, and Bitcoin might be about to break out right now. So I'm going to show you my setup today, for a potential scenario for Bitcoin. So let's dive into the Bitcoin chart in a moment. But what we've got here, if you take a look, I did relay this on Friday for the CoinsKid crew. What we do have here is a bearish divergence where we made this high on this pivot and a lower high in the RSI, and then in the candlesticks here we've got the high and the higher high. So we've got the close just there, and right now this bearish divergence is beginning to play out. Okay, so what we're looking for is the breakdown here, the continuation to that yellow line at a minimal 103.186, because I think that's the targets we're in from this rising channel here. Got compressed, like I said to you, breakdown, back test resistance, and at that point you're in the technical target until you're not. The way that you're not in the target is if you start to come back up and you take out the high from which you've come. Okay, so at the minute I remain cautiously bullish on Bitcoin because of this particular target that the DXY is in. If it starts to invalidate this is where I take my profit on my Bitcoin long and my spot positions basically. So I'm going to respect what's going on right now. So let's dive into the Bitcoin chart and see what we can see. So looking at Bitcoin on the hourly time frame in a minute, there might be a case that we're about to break bullish. I'm going to show you why. Well, I think, Bitcoin's bullish anyway, but there might be a case with another little leg up. We might not necessarily backtest that level of support. We have seen 5 waves up on Bitcoin, and equally we've seen 5 waves up on XRP as well. So we did jump into a little short yesterday on XRP, looking for a pullback into support right there. That's been a lovely little trade for the CoinsKid crew in the Discord right there. So again, I'll do the XRP video and get it out to you as soon as possible. But from this low here in September, what we did see is a 5 waves up, and I always said to you, and I wrote on the the thumbnail at the time, respect the 5 waves. We've got a lovely little 1, 2, big 3, 4, 5. At that point, coming for the ABC back down to the 55. So I said to you, this could be a lovely little micro impulsive wave 1 with the ABC correction wave 2, and then you start to come back upstairs, so on and so forth. So like I said to you, this is a golden opportunity right now to build some positions on Bitcoin. The ascending triangle start to come upstairs, with your stop loss and swing low. And that was really, really fruitful for the CoinsKid crew right there. And obviously we hit this level, we come back in this big correction. Everyone's getting super, super bearish, but like I said to you, the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, we countered that again, boom, stop loss on the swing low, moved it up. At this point, when we broke out again and come back again like this, everyone's saying, you don't know what you're talking about, Bitcoin's going to 20k and things like that. But what I said to you is, that could be a 1, be a 2, 3, and this is a 4. Now, people saying, what are you talking about? Wave 4's lost wave 1 high. But I said to you, put your stops down here on this low, because it's a negation of a leading diagonal, because wave 4 cannot lose wave 2 low. So build some positions at this point to minimize your risk. Put your stops on the wave 2 low. Really simple. And look what happened. Boom. It took off into space, and it confirmed a leading diagonal. And this was an opportunity, this was an opportunity, this was an opportunity, basically, as you slowly but surely keep coming upstairs. So again, 5 waves, counter them. Look at Bitcoin on the hourly time frame at the moment. This is your support. Okay, this is your previous pivot support just there. This yellow line at 33364, at 3346. If you break down below that, then anticipate that level there will be a really, really strong area of support to put some bids in. Now, at the moment, with what Bitcoin's doing here, I'm kind of leaning down the path that we might not necessarily see this right now, okay? And I think that this could be a micro impulsive move. So I'm going to go through this with you, and the Bitcoin could be about to take off here and break this level of resistance and take out this previous pivot high as well at 34902. And what we have got here is not necessarily a monster ABCDE correction that I was looking at, is the fact that we've had an A wave down, a B wave high, and a C wave that's done, and right now it's a micro impulse. So we've seen 5 waves, okay, so that's really important. We've seen 5 waves, a potential leading diagonal right now, and like I've shown you earlier in the video, wave 1 can be lost providing you don't lose with wave 2 low. So I think what we've got here is a potential wave 1, a flat wave 2, a wave 3, an ABC zigzag wave 4, and then boom, a wave 5, and we've qualified right now. And what we're doing, we're zigzagging back here, we're having some kind of correction coming back before holding support and breaking this resistance in a wave 3. So this could have been a wave 1, ABC wave 2, and right now this is wave 3. So usually wave 3 is a power to break the previous high and obviously the local high as well. So this could be the wave 3 that's loading right now to these targets above, which I will show you. So again, respecting the 5 waves, we've come up here in a 1, ABC 2, 3, ABC 4. So this is 5 waves, respectfully, okay? Now on the way down here, the potential C wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that's typically what we do see in a C wave as well. So we've had that 5 wave down. I think we've got a bullish divergence there as well, haven't we? If we take a look on the RSI as well, get bullish divergence. We've got the high lows right there. So that's been a lovely little move, hasn't it? From that bullish divergence, and boom, we've come back up into this high, making a bearish divergence there as well. So that was a sort of telltale sign that you top in right there, and then you come in for this zigzag overlapping waves in the RSI as well. So what I'm looking for to build up the confluence that, okay, a long opportunity is in front of us, and we might not necessarily come down and lose this yellow line anytime soon, but obviously anything can happen, is I'm looking for something in the charts. And on the hourly time frame, I think closing above this leg of resistance in this little channel, the corrective channel that we're forming right now, could be indicative. Okay, at that point, go long when you see a close above this level of resistance, this trend line, go long with your stop loss on the previous pivot low. So at the moment, if we do break out here and we get a close above this level of resistance and we start to take this out, this is where your stop loss would be on the previous pivot low, 34073, and then you just ride along up the potential wave 3. And obviously the invalidation, if it drops, you get stopped out, and it's a small risk trade right now. So from this point right now, if you was to go long on by a little bit, get and it went south and it went against you, you'll be looking at around about 1% loss for a potential gain of, what is that, from here right now, you could be looking at a monumental move here, a continuation around about 8.71% to the 1618 up there at 37420. Now what are these red lines here? So obviously this is the 1 fib, okay, this is your level of resistance, a previous local high at 35 35747, but I think if that's broken, these are your minimal levels of resistance that I would definitely be looking to TP as you come up the stairs basically, and take some profit, like I said to you, because these are the fib targets above. So that's what I'm looking at. 37411, that's a maximum sort of profit taking area for me. But again, Bitcoin could go way beyond that, but I do like to take profit on the 1618 right there. You know, that's a Fibonacci target, that's your minimal target, 36478. So we'll start to scale some profit out at that point. But we've got this falling channel after 5 waves up, so respectfully at the moment this looks corrective, doesn't it, in a falling channel, a little falling channel, you know, corrective fashion right there. So if we do start to close outside of this resistance, again, come to your charts, put your stop loss on the previous pivot low, and then ride the long up. In the negation, obviously, if you start to roll, you're going to lose a low. And it really is simple. This is trading, it's technical analysis, and this is what we do. You know, we ride the waves. So 5 waves up, respectfully, corrective waves back, we should be about to break bullish basically. So again, the invalidation of such, and if you want a more macro invalidation, is that's your wave 1 impulsive low right now of a potential ABC correction that's complete. And right now it's a micro 1, this is an ABC wave 2 corrective wave, and right now we're loading a 3 that should come up to these levels here, taking out this here. Now why am I looking at this a potential scenario is because of confluence of other coins, the likes of XRP. So check out the XRP video update today. I will get that out immediately. Okay, so you understand that update. Remember, you can go long, you can go short, you can do all this on Bybit or Bitget, entirely up to you. Don't be an over leveraged degen, don't go with your life savings, and you know, thank you for support. Take care everyone, back to another update on Bitcoin. Stay healthy, stay strong, stay tuned. Bye bye.